I thought I'd do a quick dread spiel about dreads and how they mature and stuff. I know a lot of people who are putting dreads in their hair and they really don't know what to expect, and I was the same way when I first started out. So maybe I can shed some light on some of the things that you're going to expect between going from the really fluffy kind of I don't know, just sweet little baby dreads into the more mature dreads, and what you should expect in between. Now, everybody knows that I don't use any sort of soap or any kind of dread product at all in my hair anymore. I just use baking soda, and I actually came up with what works for me, and what works for me might not work for you. So don't take everything I use and just jump in the shower and try it, but, you know, adapt it. You know, try it once. If it doesn't work, adjust the way you do it. But I take 8 ounces of water, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, and I mix it up, pour it over my head, let it sit, and then I flip my head over and I do it from the underside as well. Same thing, 8 ounces to 2 tablespoons of baking soda. And that, I let it sit on me while I wash, shave, chill in the shower, and then I rinse it. In the process of that, while it's on my hair, I do palm roll. That's probably one of the only maintenance things I do anymore. And that is just keeping them sort of a little neater than they would be if I didn't do that. And it's cosmetic. It really isn't going to help dread it, despite what people say, and I know they're out there. It doesn't completely dread your hair. It just helps a little bit. But it'll help for the time being, and then those little pieces on the outside will come out, and then you have to, you know, re-palm roll again. So, there's that. And then I rinse and get out of the shower. And you can see that I just jumped out of the shower because my hair's all fuzzy. But when when my dreads were little, or I should say young, not little, I was really delicate with them. Now I'm in the shower, I'm just like, wah! So I can be rougher with them without the fear of them falling out. I don't have that fear at all. I had a couple that were deciding to have, I don't know, dread intercourse at the roots, and I pulled them apart, and, you know, some more dread sex on my hair. So it's easier to pull them apart when they're wet, because your hair is a little stretchier, and you can pull it, and then you'll hear it rip, which is frightening when you do it the first time, but it's okay to rip where you have to. You know, people do the rip and twist method all the time, and they have, you know, the ripped hair in their dreads at all, and everything, so I'm not really worried about a couple rips here and there on my head. I'm going to show you my dreads. They're still, my earrings, they're still soaking wet, and let me show you what I have. Let me see. Okay, this one has those loops there. This is showing that my hair is dreading on its own, and so I'm not worried about these loops. I can get rid of them easily by palm rolling. You see, now it looks great, but they will pop back out. And what that is this section of my hair has dreaded itself together. This section of my hair has dreaded, and this above here is dreading as well, but these couple little loops here are still the looser parts of the hair, and they will come together. I have a couple really big ones, but again, you can see the end is super, super dreaded, and above the loops is really dreaded nicely, and then I just have these looser spots. And if you touch there, you can feel that it's not knotted as much in that area. And I suppose I could do the whole crochet hook method if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. I have a bunch of other stuff going on in my life, so I don't really have the time to devote to the crochet hook and stuff. But I mean, everything comes together just fine, and don't lose heart in what you're doing between dreads, because here's the thing. It's a dread journey. It's a journey. You know, it's not something that you're going to achieve overnight. And yes, I know there are places out there that tell you you can have dreads overnight instantly with our products, and well, that's great, but you're missing out on so much, on what having dreads will teach you. You know, you don't have to be spiritual or anything, you know, like me, to see that it's sort of a representation of what life is. You know, you go through these ups and downs with your hair. I mean, people with dreads, we don't wake up and always have, like, good hair days, even though that's hilarious to people who don't have dreads. They can't imagine that we would have a good hair day. But, you know, I wake up some mornings, I look like I fell asleep in the middle of Katrina. That was politically incorrect, excuse me, but it's not always perfect. I don't always love them because they're doing their own thing and I'm letting them. And it's one of those things, I could wake up one morning and be like, oh my god, they're perfect. You know, so it is a journey. So don't take away from that by, you know, investing a ton of money in products that promise overnight dreads. Because, I mean, you wouldn't invest your money in a fraudulent company that promises you like overnight success, right? It's the same sort of thing. And really just taking your time, letting your hair dread on its own is going to be so much more rewarding. It's going to be exponentially more rewarding than if you just did it and you had dreads. You know, yeah, okay, you're going to go to school or go out in the world and shock people. That's fantastic. But you really want to take the whole journey, not just skip to the end, you know? And so I guess it's turned into a tirade. I'm sorry. But I wish you all the luck in forming your dreads and having them, and just enjoy them. Enjoy them every day, even when it's not that great. Have fun, and, you know, just make the best of it. It's an awesome journey, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Later.